Hello, everybody. So we at Ruxit build a platform that uses artificial intelligence to augment the experience we have monitoring our environments and supporting operators. And usually what happens when you tell anybody in the IT industry that you're working with some kind of AI, they ask you, so do you build this thing type that's going to pass the Turing test or something weird? And this made me think what the definition of the Turing test really is. And this is taken from Wikipedia here. And I highlighted some important points in there, like intelligent behavior equivalent to or indistinguishable from humans. Important point, natural language conversations between a human and a machine and human-like responses. While we can argue a lot about what intelligent behavior means, there are some other key takeaways, like the way we communicate with machines should be natural language and in some way indistinguishable from as we're communicating with humans. So over the last years, we spent a lot of time using a lot of the technology we built to dynamically adjust dashboards like this, so this builds up depending on the information that you have, or in case of a problem, only visualizing the data that you're really interested in, like in this case, only CPU for some time back and not all the other metrics. And while this is actually great, being honest with ourselves, this still does not feel the way we interact with humans. So we use this technology to point us to the right data, but usually when you interact with other ops folks, it's not that somebody holds up a piece of paper, you're clicking on a chart, and then the other guy starts talking to you. At least that's not how our ops teams work. So what can we do to make this more like a human-like interaction? And our idea was we use chat ops. So chat ops has been around for a while, conversational-driven operations. So we use tools like Slack, HipChat, and others to interact with some of our tools that we're working with in a more natural way. So as we're talking to a colleague, hey, should we put this into production? Yeah, it's fine to go. All tests passed. We just type a command in our Slack and HipChat and then are ready to go. The only thing with what you mostly see with chat ops tools today, it's also not very natural. Like exclamation mark, push to production is usually not how we talk to each other. So our ops teams usually do not shout to each other to push something into production or do a rollback. That's just not how we interact. So the other thing is it should be more proactive. So I want that a monitoring tool would actively engage with me in case it finds a problem. It should be knowledge-based. So depending on the information that is available, the type of communication should change. Do we know what the problem is? Do we might want to bring in the right people? Does the tool already have a suggestion where to look next, depending on the information it has? And also guided interactions. We should not forget to understand that whenever we are usually solving a problem, we are under an immense amount of stress, even if we're experienced. So everything that helps us guide to a next step, like, do you want to do this, or do you want to go right and left, is really helpful to us in just making the situations better. And this is enough for slides. So I'd like to show you what this now looks like in the real world. So we built this little prototype here, and we are using Slack. And what I'm doing, I'm now talking to Ruxit, and it's replying back. And that's now the part of the live demo where it actually goes to the cluster to retrieve some information. Yeah, I set up that problem. But the good thing, it tells me now, okay, now I have found the problems affecting users of 2 applications, very high level. Now I'm saying, give me more details. And here we go. So this is what we know so far. It's problem 11. That's the problem number. It started this morning. I could already identify root cause. That's great. And I could get a link to that problem. I still don't want to do this. I just say, tell me about the exact impact. So, okay, it's 2 applications that are affected, and we see that there's actually users affected by a slowdown that's about 11 or 12 seconds. And now I remember, yeah, you said you have root cause information. Yeah, okay, so I found 2 potential issues. There's 2 machines that having a CPU issue, and now Rux is asking me, okay, do you want to have more information about this? I just say yes. And what it does right now, it points me directly to the actual charts where I could see this information. So The whole idea behind this is what we're trying to build here is just to experiment with new ways how we can interact with monitoring tools that are way more natural as we are doing it today. And this is going to be open source, so we'll open source it in a couple of weeks on GitHub. Thank you. I had one more slide, but thank you. Yeah, as a recap, I don't think that we need human-like intelligence, but there's no bad thing about just having a rather very intelligent system that helps us in our everyday work. So thank you for your attention. We really appreciate your feedback. If you want to share any information, how you interact with your chat tools, feel free to reach out to me. Stop by our booth if you want to learn more. And thanks.